2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, we'll be watching the Minnesota Timberwolves playing against the Sacramento Kings. A lot of adversity lately for the Kings. This game will be a big challenge. Facing one of the top teams in the league, they'll need to be at their best to win it. And tonight, we'll get a look at former #1 overall pick Andrew Wiggins. Great size and athleticism. Kenny, in your mind, will he ever be a superstar?
Oh, well, it's a chance. We know he could score. His defensive intensity hasn't always been up there, and I think if he improves his ball handling skills, that will take him over the top.
No, he's got to do more than one thing to be a superstar in this league. I think he has the tools to be great, but does he have the will?
Ooh, very interesting question. Very deep, Shaq.
Very deep.
Yeah. Anyway, now with the tip-off coming up shortly, it's time to send it to Kevin Harlan for the call.
Hi, everyone. Greetings from 2K Sports. Get ready for some NBA action. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter is David Aldridge. So glad you can join us from the beautiful Target Center, the home of the Timberwolves in Minneapolis. And, of course, Dario Saric. This is their first game without him.
And as shocked as people are that they would trade away a player of his caliber, they didn't just let him go for nothing. I mean, they got a lot in return. I think it's a deal that's going to really help them down the road.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. D.A.?
Well, good evening, guys. Now, the Timberwolves are building something here. Now, forward Taj Gibson said, "We've got a great group that understands the importance of work." And Tom Thibodeau added, "You're seeing a lot of guys sacrifice for the team. In order to win, that's what you have to do." Kevin?
They're establishing a great culture, D.A. Thank you. Well, we're getting into the grinded-out part of the season, Clark. Should we expect rookies now, you think, to start feeling the length of the NBA season right about now?
You know, that varies from individual to individual. I know when I was a rookie, it happened for me probably after about the 40th game or so, and I just was flat. I was still putting up decent numbers, but I just felt flat, felt lethargic, and then all of a sudden, after a week and a half or so, it just kind of went away, and I finished that rookie season strong. So every rookie's different. Some rookies never hit the wall, Kevin, but most do in some form or fashion.
And teams are all on top of this, aren't they? I mean, they know there's a chance it's going to happen, so they prepare accordingly.
Yeah, exactly. And again, it's rare when a rookie doesn't hit it, but for some it might be an extended wall. For others, it might be a short wall.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the floor for Sacramento. On the wings, Hield and Bogdanovich. Cauley Stein is out there with Harrison Barnes. And it's Fox in at the point. Covington kicks to T. Knocks it loose. And that goes out of bounds. Last touch by Cauley Stein. Bogdanovich against Covington. Wiggins outside. Makes it off the glass. Wiggins has got the game going here with the first basket for Minnesota.
Yeah, high percentage look there, Kevin. I mean, Wiggins reads the defense and then basically just takes what he's given there.
Hield against Wiggins. Unloads from 13. Tipped away. And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession. First quarter, just over a minute played.
And, you know, getting up into the shooter is Wiggins. I mean, has all the natural tools and skills, I think, to be one of the best defenders in the league.
Shoots from the baseline. Hield can't hit.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
It's blocked. Here's Teague. Goes up again. It's another look, and it's good on the layup. Teague's got his first points of the game.
Hard not to admire Teague. I mean, despite not being the biggest guy, he finds a way to get it done inside.
Fox passes to Barnes. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. For Minnesota, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Here's Gibson, and it's Gibson finishing it off.
Unselfishness always admirable in a basketball player, and Covington consistent at giving it up when one of his teammates is open.
Hield finds Barnes. And here is Cauley Stein, defended by Gibson. That's a 2 from Hield. There we go. Now in the scoring column with that make, he is 1 for 4.
Love the assist. I mean, he knew exactly where that bounce pass had to be to create that opportunity.
And De'Aaron Fox gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. And stolen by Cauley Stein. Here's Fox. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Yeah, I like the way Fox uses his wiry frame there. I mean, even when he's getting knocked around and jostled about, he maintains control and still gets the job done.
De'Aaron Fox, another hyper-athletic point guard out of Kentucky. Great size at 6'4". He can impact the game at both ends.
One shot, gentlemen.
And De'Aaron Fox made his mark at Kentucky with his terrific on-ball defense. He puts a lot of pressure on.
Yeah, I mean, he picks up 94 feet, and that's really how you set the bar for your team, with how hard you compete at the defensive end.
And that's going to be a treble.
And that's a couple of very shaky possessions in a row. One turnover right after the other.
Hield outside. Back to Fox. Hield against Wiggins. From 17 feet out. And good. He got the English that time as it falls.
The mid-range jumper is a high percentage shot for him, and when he's got that much room, forget about it.
Teague against Fox. Covington kicks to Wiggins. For 3. No good on the shot. And Sacramento will go the other way with it. Their last encounter was in Sacramento.
And their last time playing this club, foul trouble became a big problem for them. Their starters had to take an early stint on the bench.
They've just got to be more careful tonight. It's that simple. I mean, those guys are too valuable. They need them on the floor.
The Kings shooting their second and third shots at the line right here.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Roof shots.
The first one falls. And some other contenders, Clark and the West, are faltering. The window now seems to be opening wider for the Timberwolves as they march down this playoff road.
Yeah, they're closing in on it, Kevin. The window is a little wider, but you've got to walk through it, and right now they're still second tier.
Jang, he's checked in for Minnesota. Rose comes in for Jeff Teague. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Rose scanning the floor. And stolen by Cauley Stein. Down low, here's Barnes. And it's Barnes slamming it down.
Boy, excellent recognition from Fox there, Kevin. Outstanding at recognizing when his guys are open.
And it's Rose with the ball for the Timberwolves. Trailing by 5. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
And typically on the road, it's harder to get into a great rhythm offensively, but they did just that.
Yeah, and from the start, Greg, you could tell they were ready to go. Loved how fearless they were, confident, aggressive, attack mode. They don't care where the games are played. They're ready to get it done.
A chance to check out stats for Bagley. He showed up every night and some noteworthy performances over the last month. He's putting up about 12 points a game, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists. And some pretty good numbers, guys. He's certainly making a contribution.
Better than expected. He still has a ways to go. I like what I'm seeing right now.
And let's quickly check out the best young defenders, how they've been playing in the low post lately. Your rookie block leaders for the past month. The 4th spot held by Marvin Bagley.
He's been a factor on the inside. An impressive stretch for him defensively.
Well, he's been slapping shots out of there all last month. I mean, he's building a reputation as a guy you don't want to challenge inside. His arrow is definitely pointing north.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Boy, it's a thing of beauty watching him attack the defense like that. I mean, they wanted no part of him on that layup.
Now, here's Rose. Against Phoenix, he was really on his game. Jang, the pass to Wiggins. And he can't stop the run as he misses.
That's smothering defense. Chicken and gravy defense, not giving him an inch there. That's how you guard the inside. Yes, sir.
Bogdanovich against Jang. Bagley. That shot off. Wiggins with some nice D. And Bogdanovich picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Jones checked in for Minnesota. And then for Sacramento, Kufis comes in for Cauley-Stein. And it's Burks in for Bogdanovich. And the Timberwolves with possession here. 7-point differential. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
He's not shooting a high percentage right now, and part of the reason could be that his shot quality is poor, and he's just got to be a little smarter about his shots.
And going out of bounds, last touch by Barnes. Bielitsa, who's checked in for Harrison Barnes. And the Timberwolves call time here. And for Harrison Barnes, the scoring forward out of UNC, said he wants to model his game, Clark, after Paul Pierce.
Hey, that's not a bad guy to look to model your game after, boy. Paul Pierce knew how to get it done, and he wasn't overly athletic, but he knew how to play angles. He could get to his spots, and he was such a great mid-range shooter who developed into a consistent three-point threat as well. So I like that comparison or that aspiration for Harrison Barnes.
Now here's Rose. Harrison Barnes missing his last shot to halt the run, and it's laid in by Rose. Rose has got his first points of the night.
And as long as he retains that great explosion in his legs, Derrick Rose will be a factor around the rim.
To the paint. Burks against Jones. Bagley misses the three. And it's Bielitsa with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Minnesota making some changes. Anthony Tolliver. He's checked in for Towns. And it's Dang in for Andrew Wiggins. Timberwolves trail by 5. Here's Jang. Kufis grabs the miss. Sacramento's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Back to Burks. And it's Bagley that time on the assist by Burks.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Rose finds Jang. Fox against Rose. Six on the shot clock. Sacramento grabs the miss. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks.
And they couldn't get stops when they needed to. The opposition just too comfortable shooting the basketball.
Well, you know what, Greg? When the defense is that lax, come on now. They honestly deserve to lose. You can't let a team get into that kind of a groove.
Here's Jones. Sacramento able to drain the three. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And, you know, Gorgui Dieng, not just remarkable for his basketball talent, but for how he's given back to his native country of Senegal. I mean, we talk about unselfishness all the time in the basketball sense, but this is really unselfishness in the greatest and truest sense.
And the first one drops. And you mentioned the philanthropy of Jang. It goes way beyond running a basketball camp or cutting a check.
Yeah, he owns over 100 acres in Senegal where he tutors local farmers. I mean, he's got a real passion for farming. Maybe more significantly, his contributions to hospitals in that poverty-stricken region, literally changing and saving lives.
We always talk about the need for front court players who can both shoot and defend along the perimeter. Clark, if you're taking that in mind, who would you point to as the prototype for the new school big?
Well, I think the guy with the most potential in that regard is Joel Embiid. I mean, he's agile, he's got a nice touch, he's got three-point range, he's got post-up ability, and I think he can become an impactful defender because of his physical attributes. So he would be the poster guy for me in terms of the potential prototype for the new school big.
Fox with the steal, and he's going up for the alley-oop, and finished off by Bagley.
Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
Yeah, and they've come out strong. I mean, clearly they've been the better team so far.
And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Havoc. Another miss by Minnesota.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
Jones kicks to Zhang. Outside Rose. Knocked away. Burks with the steal. It's Bielitsa. Nice D from Dang.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Jang, and finished off by Jang.
And if you're wondering why Jang shoots such a high percentage from the field, look no further than effort.
Burks with it. 8 points his last outing. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Kings?
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
2 shots.
Free throw good. Burks on a heel. He's checked in for the Kings. And Burks hits 2 free throws. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. Trailing by 10. And the pass to Jang. Healed against Rose. Back to Jang. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Jang's got 6.
Kevin, a big guy with an emerging skill set. Jang ruling the paint there. Nice play.
Burks the pass to Bagley. Here's Giles. Jang defending. Giles kicks to Hield. That ball is in the basket. Now he's shot 6 and made 3 of them.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Yeah, and you can tell they feel like they can get inside whenever they want to. I mean, it's been carte blanche, full menu for them, and the defense really not offering any resistance.
Here's Rose following the basket by Buddy Hield.
And unfortunately, injuries will always be the concern with Derrick Rose. Still loves the game of basketball, knows he is limited compared to what he once was. Amazing with all he's fought through, he can still perform at such a high level.
First free throw is good.
And for Derrick Rose, the question will be how much of his MVP level of play from 2011 can he recover? You'd love to see him return to that form.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Taj Gibson's checked in for Dang. And it's Teague in for Tyus Jones. And Rose drops them both. Sacramento with the ball. They're leading by 8. Now, here's Burks. He puts up decent numbers on a nightly basis, averaging about 10 points a game. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. While we're in the quick break, let's show you the list of the hottest shooting rookies in the NBA this year. The 4th spot held by Marvin Bagley.
He's scoring and finishing at a very high level. I mean, playing within himself offensively and being very discerning with his shot selection.
Yeah, you know, it comes down to efficiency for me. I mean, most young guys get excited, want to prove themselves. But he just calmly goes about his business and really does that at a high level. Very impressed by him.
Got a hand on it.
And a skilled shot blocker to boot. Love how Bagley uses that height and reach to stifle shooters. And jumping out like this, man, you automatically start thinking blowout.
Yeah, you know, it's early for sure, but still, they're flat out owning this team right now.
Now here's Gibson. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Inside. And it's Gibson finishing it off.
And that's the role they want for Rose. Getting guys going through his passing, especially when he can find them in rhythm.
So here's Burks. And another 3 for Sacramento.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooters.
Outside Rose. Up top Jang. He has 6. And Gibson, here we go. Nails the baby hook. Gibson's got 6.
Good to see Gibson mixing it up a little bit, which is not out of the norm for him, looking tenacious on these drives to the basket.
And they call an illegal screen here.
Yeah, still moving a little bit when he set that screen. He'll argue that he was set, but I really didn't think so.
It was very close, and I wouldn't mind letting them play on that one. It wasn't blatant by any means.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Towns, he's checked in for Gorgie Dang. Robert Covington comes in for Anthony Tolliver. And Andrew Wiggins is subbed in for Rose. And then for Sacramento, Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Bagley. And it's Barnes in for Bielitsa.
And out of rhythm offensively, but he continues to work at it.
Yeah, you know what? I think eventually he will find his rhythm because he is off right now, but all it takes is one hoop, and you're back in rhythm.
Teague with the ball, and Burks picks him up defensively. Deflects the pass, and the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. So here's Burks. 5 points in the game. On the wing, Barnes. It could go, and oh, he hits the buzzer beater.
Great awareness of the clock to end the quarter.
That's just really good clock management there. I mean, that's how you close a quarter.
And so it's Sacramento enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. Back right after this. All-star big man Karl Anthony Towns is hungry to maximize his potential.
I want to be the best player who ever played, and I feel that I could do that. I think I have the God-given talent and the God-given abilities to make it happen, and I have total confidence in myself every single day. I wake up that I could be the greatest player who ever played. I know if I continue to put the work ethic in and continue to do all the little things I need to do, I could find myself in that conversation. But, you know, obviously I got to learn every single day, never take no days for granted.
On his coaches, Greg and teammates love hearing that.
And how can you not? I mean, that kind of drive is special. And with his tools and potential, hard to put a ceiling on just how good he can be.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And quite a position here for the Kings to be in. What do you guys think?
I mean, an interesting first quarter. The pressure D seems to be causing a lot of turnover.
Just jumped all over him, Greg. I mean, pounced on him, using their length and quickness to come away with those steals.
Gibson plays the 4 with Towns in the middle. Teague is at the point with Wiggins at the 2. And it's Covington in at the 3 slot. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Timberwolves. Teague with a clean look. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. Teague's got 5 points now in the quarter. Sacramento leading by 7. Pass to Cauley-Stein. Towns with the steal. It's Covington on the wing. From outside, off the mark.
And, you know, I have no idea how he missed that one. When there's no defense around, he's usually automatic from there.
To the middle. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. And Tom Thibodeau is a demanding coach, Clark. We know that. His teams have responded, though. But sometimes teams can wear down from that style. Does that concern you in Minnesota?
Not really, Kevin. I mean, he's shown that he's got a proven track record for having teams be successful. And with ownership behind him, I think the players will follow his lead. Remember, he's got the dual role as coach and president of operations. Not sure if that is always the best way to go about it, but in this case, with the alignment with ownership, I think it'll work.
Minnesota calls timeout.
And he could tell his guys starting to wear down a little bit. Call time to just let them get their legs back under them. And let's check out some of the numbers here on Karl Anthony Towns. The last 10 games, he has been on a heck of a run. 4th in rebounding, 9th in blocks, and ranked among the top 10 in scoring. He can fill it up with the best of them.
And he's so explosive, so hungry. You really can't keep him off the glass when he wants to get there. That's why he's top 5 in rebounding. And Bogdanovich picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Here's Gibson. He has 6. Covington finds Wiggins. Just 4 to shoot. And the shot is good. Wiggins has got his second basket of the night.
Able to finish through contact there, Kevin. Wiggins with the broad shoulders and excellent body control. Nicely done.
Hield against Teague. And the shot goes down. And that's now 11 points for Buddy Hield.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
Wiggins with it. Now guarded by Bogdanovich. Towns dishes to Teague. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. No good with the triple.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole, because he is just not there offensively.
Buries it from 3-point range.
Hey, when you lay off of Harrison Barnes, he's going to go right up on the catch.
And Buddy Hield is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. And the Kings making a change here. Fox is checked in. Teague against Fox. Teague deciding where to go with it. Out to the wing. Here's Towns. Another miss by Minnesota. Kings leading now by 12. Here's Cauley-Stein. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Fox has got his 4th assist in this one. And so it's Wiggins with it. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. Gibson up top. To the inside. And Teague has it in the corner. They get it back. Great positioning on the putback.
You got to get a body on Gibson, because if you don't, he's relentless in attacking the offensive glass.
Teague against Fox. Barnes outside. Lets the 3 fly. It doesn't go for him. And it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way.
And I tell you what, he's doing his best to contribute, but he's been out of sync, out of rhythm. Luckily, his team still is in front.
Luol Deng is checked in for the Timberwolves. Tyus Jones comes in for Teague. Covington against Barnes. Jones kicks to Towns. And the dunk by Towns.
Oh, I love how Towns plays with a chip on his shoulder. He brings it every night with force.
Barnes right side. Back to Fox. Cauley Stein passes to Bogdanovich. Minnesota with the rebound. Towns has got 6 rebounds in the game.
And Karl Anthony Towns, one of the most prolific three-point shooters in the league, at least top 3 amongst all 7-footers. And his three-point percentage elite as well, over 40%. Man, he sure can get off the floor.
He one of the best in the business, absolutely.
Boy, he makes it look easy. He is an absolutely imposing finisher around the rim.
Barnes outside. Here's Bogdanovich. Sacramento again missing. And Towns said he'd emulate Kevin Durant as a kid playing on the perimeter at Kentucky. Cal made him play inside, work in the post, and use his size.
So going back to his roots with his three-point shooting, the association experiencing a three-point renaissance, and he really does fit the mold.
Ball's knocked loose. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. Towns has got 6.
Hey, I tell you what, I've got a 39-inch shirt sleeve. Karl Anthony Towns has to be north of 40, and with that reach, you can see why he snatches up those rebounds.
Timeout is called. First of the game for Sacramento. Clark, you had a tremendous college career, excluding yourself. Give me the best NBA player from your alma mater.
Wow. I would probably lean towards Jerry Lucas as the best player coming out of Ohio State. And then you look at his pro career, it was pretty solid as well. I thought Herb Williams had a fantastic and long pro career. John Havlicek maybe would rise to the level of the best NBA player of the group that came out of Ohio State. Jim Jackson is another name. Evan Turner still playing. But I think John Havlicek probably in longevity, championships, Hall of Fame stature, I think he may be the best NBA Buckeye.
I'm going to put Clark Kellogg in there too.
Oh, I didn't play long enough. Didn't play long enough.
Back to Jones. It's stolen by Begley. Jones against Fox.
Yeah, I love how Fox uses that wiry frame of his. He's eel-like in his ability to get to spots he wants to get to. He's always under control despite playing at a high rate of speed.
Jones kicks to Towns. Shoots from 14. Jang finds Towns. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. 8 points for him.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Here's Fox. Rebound by Jang. Timberwolves trail by 8. Left side, Deng. The kick out to Rose. Back to Deng. It's hauled in by the Kings. They've led by as many as 14 points. Brewer the pass to Fox. Over Jones. Fox, no good.
You must make that one. Even with the defense present, these are shots you have to finish.
Deng gets a wide open look. Koufos grabs the miss. Koufos has got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Brewer. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Brewer's got his first bucket in this one.
And Brewer is so long. I mean, a capable scorer inside. He rises up quickly to get his shot off.
And now Sacramento on the break. Here's Fox. And it's Brewer finishing it off.
Agile play to get his hand in there and get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
Minnesota's gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Outside Rose. Tipped away. Jang. And it's blocked. And he recovers it. Here's Dang. Bagley with the rebound. Sacramento leading by 12. And Brewer kicks to Bielitsa. Quick shot there, and it's off target.
Yeah, that's just poor decision making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Greg, I just think he was in a hurry. He flat out rushed it. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking there. He actually was in a brain neutral position.
Brewer's shot is off. Timberwolves shooting at just about an even 40% from the field for the second quarter. Kicks it out to Jones. And it's off from three-point range. And for Sacramento, they're shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. Now Fox. 14 points from him the last game against the Mavericks in Dallas. Jones against Fox. Over in the corner, Rose. Here's Jang. Sacramento grabs the miss. Bagley's got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. Chalk up 2 there. Fox has got the lead up to 14 now for the Kings.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Rose dishes to Towns. Back to Rose. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the Kings pushing it up now. Fox leading the charge. Bielitsa misses, and Kosta Koufos picks up a foul. That's his first foul. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Tolliver's checked in, and then for Sacramento, Harry Giles is checked in for Koufos, and Alec Burks subbed in for Brewer. Timberwolves trail by 14. And here's Rose. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And now we'll look at the upcoming schedule for Sacramento. On Wednesday, they'll go up against Russell Westbrook and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Then on Friday, they'll be taking on Jonas Valanciunas and the Memphis Grizzlies.
And for their matchup with the Clippers, they have that date circled. They love to compete, and they feel they can play very well against that group if they can execute.
And he can't get the first one. Minnesota making some changes. Gibson comes in for Karl Anthony Towns, and it's Teague in for Jones. Hields checked in for the Kings. Frank Mason comes in for Bielitsa. And he's good on the second. Sacramento leading by 13. Mason the pass to Burks. Shot from 16. Rebound by Jang. Jang's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Tolliver kicks to Teague. Left side, Gibson. Over Giles. Hits the jump hook. 10 points for Taj Gibson.
Gibson going to work. Fun to watch him do that. Knows he has what it takes to score from the painted area.
Teague against Mason. Burks finds Hield. He can't get that one. And Minnesota now the other way. Poked away. Pass to Teague. And the lead is down inside single digits. Teague's got 9 points.
He got off to a slow start. It took him a little while to get into the flow of this game, but he's turned it on here in the second.
Passes it to Giles. He dishes it to Mason. To the paint. Here's Bagley. And finished off by Bagley.
And how about the leaping ability of Bagley? He gets off the ground with ease to throw that one down.
Shoots from 12. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Bagley's got his 5th rebound in this one. 14 feet away. The second chance effort. The rebound by the Timberwolves. For Minnesota, they have shot a good percentage from the free throw line so far. They've made 5 out of 6.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Those are good numbers for any team. I mean, they can feel extremely good about their free throw shooting percentage this season.
And the first one drops. Some changes for Minnesota. Robert Covington's checked in for Gorgie Dan. And Andrew Wiggins is subbed in for Rose. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Sacramento. Harrison Barnes comes in for Frank Mason. Tolliver hits them both. And so it's Burks bringing it up now for Sacramento. 9-point game. And there's the pass to Giles. Back to Burks. He kicks to Barnes. Fades back. 2 points. That one goes. Barnes has got 7 now in this quarter.
Like his mid-range game, Barnes incredibly lethal from the mid-range. When he's got room to shoot, he doesn't hesitate.
Here's Teague. And the shot no good, a bit short. The shot off that time. And so that's the end of the first half. Kings lead by 11. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Harrison, a big first half for you offensively. How did you get loose?
My teammates just been fine to me. I've just been trying to just run hard, make good backdoor cuts, run it in transition, and give me good looks.
You have not stopped moving at all, and it's led to good results. Thanks, Harrison. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hi again, everyone. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the Diesel and the Jet. Welcome to the halftime show on 2K Sports. It was a big-time first quarter from Buddy Hield. He had 11 points, 2 assists, and 1 steal. Shaq, how did you think the Kings were playing?
The speed they're playing with has been fantastic. They're pushing the ball in transition and catching the defense. That's snapping, Ernie. Anyway, a huge chunk of their offense has come on the break. They've got a nice lead, but they shouldn't slow anything down. I say keep doing what you do.
Kenny, let's get your insight on the Timberwolves.
Their lack of execution surprised me. They had a lot of turnovers off sloppy ball handling, which goes back to the fundamentals. And I know we say it all the time, just make the simple play. And this is why. Without giving away possessions, they'd be a lot closer in this game.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
The buildings of downtown Minneapolis all lit up on this lovely evening. Welcome back, everyone, to the Twin Cities. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Really an incredible game from Buddy Hield.
His points production thus far off the charts. It's only been 2 quarters. Just a great effort for him for the entire half.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter where he is on the floor either, Greg. He's making it look very easy. He's looking to score the ball.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Timberwolves trail by 11. On the floor for Sacramento. Fox is at the point with Hield next to him at the 2. Harrison Barnes is out there with Bogdanovich. And it's Cauley-Stein in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
And the crafty, cunning Teague, fantastic at finding ways to score down low.
And you look at Jeff Teague, now with a decade in the league out of Wake Forest. Greg, what does he bring to the table aside from the fact that he's been in the playoffs every single year of his career?
Yeah, I mean, he's an explosive slasher and really has grown as a playmaker. Not a star, but a quality starting point guard.
Here's Teague. After the basket by Willie Cauley-Stein. Pass to Towns. And stolen by Cauley-Stein. From 13, Barnes can't get it to go. Timberwolves shooting a mediocre 41% in this one. And De'Aaron Fox gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. T kicks to Covington. Right side Towns. That one doesn't drop. Kings leading now by 11. To the inside. Bogdanovich. They kick out to Heel. Over Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins pulls it in.
They're in a hurry. I think, Kevin, they're rushing things a little bit to begin the half. Nothing pretty about this 1-for-4 start.
Pass to Gibson. Down low. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
Yep, and an opportunity for one more at the line. Wiggins with the toughness to finish through contact.
One shot.
Free throw good, Wiggins.
And Andrew Wiggins, the #1 overall pick back in 14. Great bloodlines, the son of pro athletes. The game just seems to come easy to him.
Now here's Barnes. 9 points in the game so far.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Towns against Cauley-Stein. Wiggins surveying the floor. Clock at 6. And the rejection by Cauley-Stein. Count that one, and the Kings lead has been cut down to just 8 points on the bucket from Gibson. For Sacramento, they've gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. You know, Greg, the game comes so easy to Wiggins, but some say he needs to be more assertive, more aggressive. Do you see that?
I mean, high expectations for a player that was taken first overall. The length and athleticism should enable him to impact the game in so many ways, but, you know, his motor doesn't always rev high enough to take advantage.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Hield can't hit.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Yeah, you know, they're hustling and giving a good effort, that's for sure, but unfortunately, the execution has been lacking.
How about this run they're in the midst of, on the verge of tying it up or maybe even taking the lead?
Has been an unreal turnaround, and I give a lot of credit to the defense right along with what they did on offense, because the defense actually gave them the spark they needed.
And here we go. Fast break. Wiggins has got it. He can't hit that time. And Sacramento will go the other way with it. They've led by as many as 14 points. The kick out to Barnes. Sacramento again missing. And so it's Wiggins with it. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. Just 4 points. That's all they've given up here in the second half. For the tie, Barnes grabs the miss.
Not a bad look for him on that shot, but it just doesn't seem to be his night tonight.
And Bogdanovich, Greg, a highly decorated player internationally. Multiple silver medals with the Serbian national team, a EuroLeague champion back in 2017.
I mean, he's a talented player, very skilled, and at 6'6" can play either guard spot. Great shooter. I think he's one to watch.
And And the first one at the line is good. Luol Deng is checked in for the Timberwolves. Jones comes in for Jeff Teague. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. Timberwolves trail by 4. Covington kicks to Wiggins. Fox with the steal. Here's Barnes, and it's Barnes slapping it down.
Yeah, very efficient. Can't get much better than that, Kevin. A guy who takes high percentage shots with his stroke. Love his game.
The Timberwolves have gone to even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the third. Jones dishes to Wiggins. Passes it to Covington. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Wiggins has got 4 assists now tonight. Sacramento leading by 3. The pass to Cauley-Stein. Barnes outside. Kicks it to Bogdanovich. Launches it. Drains it from beyond the arc. Bogdanovich has got 8 points.
And that's how you answer back.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, go right back at him. Show him you can shoot from outside all night long.
Now here's Covington. Wiggins from outside. Doesn't get it to drop for him.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
To the paint. Here's Cauley-Stein. Towns with the defensive effort. Timberwolves trail by 6. Covington passes to Jones. Second chance effort. Deng with the bucket.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
And he could tell his guys starting to wear down a little bit. Call time to just let them get their legs back under them.
Jang, he's checked in for Robert Covington. And then for Sacramento, Kufis checked in for Cauley-Stein. Bielitsa comes in for Bogan Bogdanovich. And Alec Burks subbed in for Fox. Now here's Burks. He's got 5. Pass to Bielitsa. Burks against Wiggins. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to go on Tyus Jones.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
And he knocks down the first one.
And it's been an outstanding game for them at the free throw line, not missing their chances when they get them.
Rose, he's checked in for Minnesota. Both good from the line that time. Timberwolves trail by 6. Outside Dang. Barnes against Jang. To the middle. Jones. Burks pulls it in. Sacramento's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Healed, can't hit. Minnesota's gone 2 of 5 with the 3-point shot since coming out of the break. 2 open that time. Made it look too easy. Wiggins has got 6 points in the quarter.
He can be dangerous from outside. Sure, he didn't get one to go in the first, but we know he can get on a roll and knock him down.
Now, here's Burks. 7 points in the game. Back to Bielitsa. On the wing, Barnes. Buries it from 3-point range. Barnes has got 16.
A good look there, and he didn't waste it. His second 3 of the game.
Rose finds Jang. Back to Rose. And it's Harrison Barnes with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. The Timberwolves making a switch here. Tolliver's checked in. Here's Wiggins. 10 points for him. Jones, no one around him. And a miss there on the triple.
This is definitely a day he'd like to forget. He just hasn't had the energy or the intensity to get it done out there. He's still scoreless.
That one goes in. And now it's an 8-point Kings lead.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yep, he was on the money, that's no doubt. A three-pointer is right on target.
And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
Burks against Rose. Burks with it. 9 points in the game so far. Second chance shot. Barnes kicks to Bielitsa. And they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
And, Greg, it's clearly been their edge, and in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. And for Tyus Jones, 3 gold medals playing for the U.S. national team throughout high school. He was Minnesota's Mr. Basketball, a national title Clark in his lone season at Duke. I mean, this kid's already got a lot of hardware.
Yeah, he's got a cabinet full of hardware, and I think he's got a chance to develop into a really solid point guard in this league. Again, just 1 year of college, very early in his career. You got to give him time because he's shown that he can be a winner at the levels he's played at prior to the NBA.
Giles checked in for Sacramento. Bagley comes in for Barnes. Stolen by Rose. Banked in off the glass. Rose has got 4 this quarter.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Now, here's Bagley. He's got 8. Sacramento again missing. Here's Wiggins, plenty of space, and misses it off the right side of the rim. The Kings leading. Trying to break that ice-cold streak, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Sacramento.
And guys, something every team strives for is getting points off of turnovers, and they've done that here in both halves.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
He misses the free throw. And the second free throw, good. So it's Minnesota now. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. Rose. For the tie. Here is Tolliver. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there.
You know what? His finishing ability not really at the level that you would expect from a pro, but he's going to have to start playing with more force. Man, he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Healed against Rose, and Zhang kicks to Wiggins. Back to Zhang, and finished off by Zhang.
That's lit right there. Zhang times his jump perfectly, then puts on a show.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play, sponsored by Under Armour Hover Havoc. Now here's Burks. He's got 9. Healed from outside. Drills it from outside. Heald's got 6 in the quarter.
You know, leaving somebody that wide open is not prudent. I mean, you got to expect to get burned when you put that kind of effort forward.
And the Timberwolves call time here.
And Kevin, they've been committing a lot of turnovers here. Taking care of the basketball is the #1 priority right now in that huddle. They've got to tighten it up.
Some changes for Minnesota. Gibson comes in for Anthony Tolliver, and it's Teague in for Jones. Gibson the bounce pass. Pass to Wiggins. Outside Teague. Shot clock at 5. Inside. Count that one, and the Sacramento lead has been cut down to 3 on the bucket from Zhang.
Teague's ability to find the open man makes him one of the better passing point guards in the league.
Burks, the pass to Bagley. Back to Burks. And the layup is good. Burks has got 11 points.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Teague finds Rose. Overhealed, and the Timberwolves tack on 2 more. A minute 20 left to play in the third. Burks looking around. Rose with the block. Robert Covington's checked in for Wiggins. Sacramento also making some changes. Bogdanovich comes in for Hield, and De'Aaron Fox subbed in for Alec Burks. Passes it to Gibson. And 1:01 left in the third. Rose gets the bucket.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Fox against Teague. And Bielitsa kicks to Bogdanovich. And the 3 off target. Timberwolves trail. Now here's Rose. The fast break opportunity. Here's Gibson. The kick out to Teague. And the pass to Covington. 6 on the shot clock. And too long on the shot. They've shared the load offensively.
And guys, they put the defense on their heels. You can see right now they're trying to react. And that's what you want when you're in a rhythm offensively.
Looking for Gibson. He gets it there. It's tipped. Outside Bogdanovich. No good on that one. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. The Kings on top. They lead by 1. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. And the Kings shooting 43% for the game. Gibson plays the 4 with Towns in the middle. Teague out there with Rose. And it's Covington in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Nailed from three-point land.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
Yeah, you got that right. I mean, you got it real right. They are lighting it up from beyond the arc this half.
And Gibson kicks to Rose. The dish now to Towns. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got 3 assists now in this one.
Towns is a handful in deep. I mean, you look at his size, his height, and his length. Combine that with his strength, hard to guard.
Now here's Barnes. Cauley-Stein in the post. Towns on him. Outside Bogdanovich. Cauley-Stein trying to free himself up. And a miss there on the triple.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Covington's shot is off.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Teague against Cauley Stein. Rose kicks to Covington. Inside, Gibson. And he banks in the layup.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth, physical basketball, guys.
Now, here's Fox. And there's the call on Karl Anthony Towns. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Luol Deng is checked in for Minnesota. On defense, Minnesota. Fox kicks to Barnes. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Bagley over Deng. Bagley, no good. Timberwolves have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the 4th quarter started. The Timberwolves working the ball around them. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
Well, the 2016 Rookie of the Year, Karl Anthony Towns, a.k.a. Cat. Only the 5th player to win that award unanimously. And by the way, in year 2, he set the Timberwolves franchise record for scoring in a season.
And you talk about Towns' sophomore year. He became the first player, Clark, in NBA history to record 2,000 points, 1,000 rebounds, and 100 three-pointers in a single season.
Wow, that is impressive, boy. But his shooting ability for his size, remarkable. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me before his career is done, Kevin, if he joins Dirk Nowitzki as the only 7-footers in the 50-40-90 club. 50% two-point field goals, 40% or better from 3, and 90% from the line.
Here's Rose. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. Now it's a 4-point Timberwolves lead. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Minnesota.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Here's Fox, following the score by Derrick Rose. Fox with it, picked up by Teague, and Cauley Stein throws it down.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And Jeff Teague in 2017 signed a healthy $57 million contract to join the T-Wolves. They haven't scrimped in building this roster. I mean, they've been able to and willing to spend some money, and he's a key piece to the puzzle.
Now, here's Fox. Dishes to Barnes. Tipped away. Covington with the steal. That one falls. Covington's got the lead up to 6 now for the Timberwolves.
Boy, one of the things about Covington is that his length bothers the opposing players. I mean, he's somebody that takes defense seriously and looks to pilfer the ball whenever he can.
That's tipped. And now the Timberwolves on the break. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
And where would these guys be without all the easy points off these turnovers?
Boy, it's made matters a lot easier for him offensively, Greg.
Wiggins is checked in for the Timberwolves. And a change for Sacramento. Heald's checked in. Fox, no good. And Teague, a quality lead guard, but that position's so rich in talent now, it's almost hard to figure where a player like him stands anymore on that list.
In a different time, he might get himself into the all-star conversation, Kevin, but nothing wrong with being a really good player and a starting point guard that doesn't become an all-star. And he does have that big contract to validate his value.
Now, here's Fox. Jeff Teague unable to get his shot to go. Covington with the steal. It's tipped. He feeds it to Teague. To the paint. Barnes dishes to Cauley Stein. And the foul on Andrew Wiggins. That is his first foul of the game. Up top, Fox. Teague covering.
Fox is a willing passer, always looking to find his teammates.
Minnesota with the ball. They're on a 17-6 run. Wiggins against Hield. Wiggins outside. 6 to shoot. That misses off the backboard. The Kings trail by 7. And it's Hield off the drive. Wiggins with the block.
Great read that time by Wiggins, anticipating the shot. Sends it out with return to sender postage.
Throws down the breakaway jam.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for him.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel.
You know, he's got to take care of the ball much better than he has been. By himself, he's accounted for 4 turnovers. That's way too many.
The Kings have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Fox kicks to Barnes. Lobbed up there for Barnes. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And Barnes is a high flyer, now a huge target to throw to when he's sizing up that alley-oop.
Timberwolves leading by 3. Outside Gibson. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Lets it go from 11. It's hauled in by Karl Anthony Towns. Towns has got 14 rebounds for him tonight. Wow.
It's really been a tale of 2 halves, guys. A slow start, but this quarter, he has really been the man.
Sacramento with the ball. Fox kicks to Hield. Barnes against Gibson. Hield, the pass to Barnes. Back to Hield. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Timberwolves have gone 7 of 10 shooting the ball since the start of the 4th quarter. And it's Teague, that time on the assist from Covington. Teague's got 11 in the second half. Now, here's Fox. Barnes outside. Bullseye.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Now here's Wiggins. He dishes it to Teague. Takes it from 10. It's hauled in by the Kings. Hield's got 6 rebounds here tonight, and it's Bogdanovich off the drive. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Covington's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
And it's clear he's been a little out of control here tonight. The refs clearly have their eyes on him, and that's number 5.
And he knocks down the first one.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
100% since halftime. Come on now. I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon with that kind of marksmanship.
Now here's Fox. Hield right side. From down in the low post, it goes. Hield's got 19 points.
A good score inside, and the defense really offering very little resistance.
Well, they don't have anybody to blame but themselves. Got to prevent them from getting good looks this late in the ball game. You got to come up with stops.
Teague can't hit. The Kings trail by 5. Here's Cauley Stein. Here's Fox. Can't hit that one. So Minnesota will take it the other way. They're running. Here's Teague. Count it. And he'll have a chance for a 3-point play. Fox. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game. Alec Burks checked in for De'Aaron Fox. A bit of an up-and-down season for Covington last year. Great 3-and-D player overall, though.
Yeah, very good in those areas. He started out really hot, Kevin, and then was on his way to what looked like a breakout year, and his confidence waned with his shot, kind of like a golfer struggling with his putter. But this guy, because he defends, he has good size, and he does have a good shot, I think he'll bounce back nicely. Of course, he didn't have an attempt there in the first half. He's hoping to be a little bit more active and aggressive here and draw some fouls here in the second.
Second free throw, no good.
And you know what I like most about Teague is his confidence. I mean, he's unflappable. He's cool and composed, and yet plays the game with a real fire.
Now here's Barnes. Got it from 16 feet. Barnes has got 13 points here in the second half alone.
You know, the defense was on this shooter, but in the end, sometimes you just have to tip your hat to better offense.
Here's Burks. Count the basket. Now just a 5-point Timberwolves lead. And it's Teague with the ball, but he brings it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Pass to Covington. He kicks it to Wiggins. Overhealed, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
Hey, it's a simple game. Just take what the defense allows. Wiggins reads it, smooth with the mid-range stroke. Knock it down.
Back to Burks from deep. But they get it back. Here's Bogdanovich, and that one good.
Unbelievable basket. I mean, giving up a lot of height there, but he was not to be denied.
Not when the game's hanging in the balance. That makes it a little different. He was going to get to the rim no matter who was standing in the way on that one.
And so it's Minnesota with it. Sacramento making their last shot, and it's good, 2 points.
The inside-outside game of Towns very solid. Not many big men can match him in that department.
Burks finds Barnes. Back to Burks over Wiggins. Sacramento gets it back in a new 24. Covington with the steal. Outside Teague. Left side Towns. And he gets it to go. Towns has got the lead up to 9 now for the Timberwolves.
You know, defensively, there's not a lot you can do in that situation. I mean, Towns is just so big and strong and long. Really hard to stop him in the paint.
Here's Barnes. Up again. Here's Cauley Stein. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
Now here's Teague. Outside Towns. Burks against Teague. Clock at 6. Down low, Gibson. And it's Gibson finishing it off.
And how much longer are they going to keep that foot on the accelerator?
As long as required, Greg. I mean, you can tell they want to put this thing to bed.
Now here's Bogdanovich. Got a piece of it. And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession. Timeout called by the Kings. They're behind by 9. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
And this is what happens when you dig yourself a hole. It's hard to climb out of.
Well, to me, they look emotionally spent.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Taj Gibson.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. That has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
Well, he needed a game like this badly. He's been struggling for a while now, but tonight he broke out of that slump in style. And so the Timberwolves take the win. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. Once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. Andrew, an impressive win for you guys. How will you look back on tonight?
I feel great, I think the whole team played great. We shared the ball, we got rebounds, we made big possessions, so I think it was a great game.
Hey, Andrew, congrats again. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. So long.